If you are Britain or France, the end of the war seems like a great thing, and the potential to rebuild seems very promising. But in reality, all the optimism really goes out the window. The League of Nations is established, but the United States doesn't join, and in many ways, this is seen as just a remanifestation of the powers that won the war. And it's the agenda of the leading countries of Great Britain and France that are able to dictate what this peace looks like. In many ways, the French especially say, look at what we suffered. Look at what happened in our backyard, right? All those trenches and years of warfare and destruction of entire cities. They say, we need to be reimbursed for that, right? That we aren't responsible for this. We didn't start this war. So Germany has to pay. And that's one of the reasons why those terms of the Treaty of Versailles are so strict and that reparations are set at such a high and unattainable amount. Right after the war, Germany can't start paying. Again, they're destroyed as well, and much of their working population is dead or disabled. That means that the French find other ways to kind of take those reparations, one of which is to occupy a very industrialized area in the Ruhr River Valley. This, combined with everything else, leads to huge financial problems in Germany. Hyperinflation, where a printed paper currency devalues very quickly. If you look at this image here, kids are stacking Deutschmarks, playing with them as playthings because they are so invaluable. There are stories of people taking entire wheelbarrows full of Deutschmarks to buy loaves of bread for their family. Stories of people sitting down and ordering a cup of coffee, paying for it, and then ordering a second one, and the cup of coffee has tripled in price in the time that it took to drink that single cup because inflation is so rampant. Which means that people aren't going to be able to buy goods. They aren't going to be able to get food. And if you're Germany in particular, think about what this will do to them. They're going to feel like they're unfairly shouldering a burden placed on them by Britain and by France that to their, to their perspective, isn't quite fair. So let's think about how that is going to lead to the rise of things like totalitarianism, where strong, coercive, flamboyant leaders can rise to power and can speak to ideas of nationalism, and especially ideas of how German people are being oppressed.